Artificial intelligence is often presented as the flawless future, smarter, faster, and more reliable than humans. But the truth? AI makes mistakes that range from hilarious to terrifying. Today, we're diving into 10 real AI disasters that prove the technology is anything but perfect. Let's begin with one of the most infamous cases, Microsoft's chatbot Tay. Back in 2016, Tay was launched on Twitter with the idea that it would learn from real conversations online. But within just 24 hours, Tay started spitting out racist insults, sexist remarks, and wild conspiracy theories. Trolls had quickly taught the bot the worst sides of humanity. Microsoft had no choice but to shut it down. What was meant to showcase the promise of AI became a warning of how easily it can be corrupted. Another dramatic fail came from Air Canada's customer service chatbot. In 2024, a passenger asked about refund policies, and the AI gave a completely wrong answer. The customer trusted it, and when the airline refused to honor the promise, the case went to court. The judge ruled that Air Canada was responsible for its own AI's mistakes. The result was an expensive payout and international headlines. It's a perfect example of how AI can sound confident, but leave a company in serious trouble. Then there are the so-called hallucinations, a polite way of saying that AI sometimes just makes things up. Large language models like ChatGPT or Google Bard can confidently cite books that don't exist, legal cases that never happened, and statistics pulled out of thin air. To the average person, it all sounds convincing. Even lawyers have been caught submitting fake cases generated by AI. The danger isn't just misinformation, it's that AI delivers fiction with absolute certainty. Facial recognition is another area where AI has stumbled badly. Marketed as objective and scientific, these systems have repeatedly shown strong bias. Multiple black men in the United States were wrongfully arrested because an algorithm falsely identified them as suspects. Studies show that accuracy drops significantly for people of color, women, and older adults. Instead of removing bias, the AI amplified it, and the cost was measured in people's lives and freedom. Self-driving cars were supposed to change the world, but in reality, they've shown how unreliable AI still is on the road. From Teslas mistaking the moon for a traffic light to cars suddenly braking for shadows, the mistakes aren't funny. They're dangerous. Videos online show self-driving vehicles weaving, stopping at random, or failing to recognize pedestrians. These moments remind us that autopilot doesn't mean autonomous. The gap between the promise and reality of AI-driven cars is still enormous. Deepfakes are another mix of comedy and danger. On one hand, we've all seen the ridiculous ones: warped faces, robotic voices.
Here is surprise for everyone. I will be doing a $20 million crypto giveaway.
And politicians with 3 arms trying to dance on TikTok. But the technology is improving fast. Imagine a flawless fake video of a world leader declaring war, or a CEO announcing bankruptcy. Poor quality deepfakes are good for a laugh. The high-quality ones could destabilize entire nations. Sometimes the fails are just shocking. In 2015, Google Photos labeled pictures of black users as gorillas. The backlash was immediate and global. Google's emergency fix was to delete the word gorilla from the system entirely. The issue wasn't solved, just hidden. It's one of the clearest examples of how blind AI can be to context, and how devastating the consequences are when it gets that context wrong. Exams are another way AI has been put to the test, literally. While headlines often celebrate AI passing medical or business exams, the reality is less consistent. In trial after trial, AI models crash on logic puzzles, reasoning tasks, and complex scenarios. They can sound intelligent, but they don't understand like humans do. Under pressure, the illusion of intelligence breaks down. Even the art world hasn't escaped. In 2022, an AI-generated image secretly entered into a prestigious art competition, won first place. The judges praised its creativity until they learned it was machine-made. Artists were furious, debates exploded, and questions arose. Is this innovation or cheating? Can an algorithm be an artist, or is it just borrowing from millions of human creations? That one win triggered a cultural firestorm that's still burning today. And finally, predictive policing. Law enforcement hoped AI could help prevent crime by forecasting where it was most likely to occur. In practice, the systems recycled old data. Neighborhoods that had already been heavily policed were flagged as high risk, which brought in even more patrols. Instead of breaking cycles of inequality, the AI reinforced them. What was marketed as cutting-edge technology turned into automated discrimination. Together, these stories show that artificial intelligence is not a magic solution. It's a powerful tool, but one that makes mistakes, spreads bias, and sometimes spins out of control. Without human oversight, AI can be just as dangerous as it is brilliant. These 10 AI fails prove that the technology has a long way to go. Want to see more breakdowns like this? Subscribe now and tell us in the comments which fail shocked you the most. Because if history is any guide, the next AI disaster is just around the corner.